So today on Project Shop, we're out here. It's like 6:30 in the morning. Sun's about to come up. We got the moon out here doing moon things. Real nice, beautiful day, man. Anyway, we're gonna get on the road here, go pick up some scrap. I guess it's about time we get back to scrapping full time. Took a little break there. Well, not literally a break, but you know, with the holidays and everything, it kind of slows down a little bit. Had gotten a bunch of other stuff done, but we got a lot to do. I got to get back to scrapping. I got some scrap to pick up in Palm Beach. Tomorrow I'm going down to Miami, maybe pick up some motors, and I also got to go pick up the Kubota either tomorrow or the next day and get that back over here so I can start cleaning up the yard, get those machines back up underneath the carport, start merging them together so we can build the ultimate electric motor recycling machine. And yeah, so we got a lot to do. So we're gonna get on the road and go pick up some scrap, start the day off right. Okay guys, we're over here at my favorite dumpster, and I pull most of the stuff out, but there's a bunch of interesting stuff down in here. And you know, I love scrapping because I always come across some cool stuff. This is like pretty decent sized angle line with a bunch of pre-cut. I think this is for like a UBS system. Some more of that. And I got a really nice, this is for a gate opener. Might need something like that at my house. Got some more of this stuff. And then we're going to be picking up some Romex here in a minute. But all this stuff here, this is going right in the steel rack, man. This is actually really nice. Oh, and it's numbered. Check that out. That's great if you want to build something, a little frame, brackets, or that's thick enough to be weldable. And then I got a bunch of these more. I got so much of this stuff now. Long runs of this. I'll take that stuff all day long, man. That stuff is not cheap. You're talking 20 bucks, I think, for a 10-foot stick. We got some wire coming. All right, we made it back to the ranch. And man, we picked up some nice celebrity scrap. This is more Romex and not BX. Well, actually, there was some BX right there. Cat 5 or communication cable from Michael Jordan's house that they're renovating. And I'll tell you what, I've been here 4 or 5 months, and a couple months, the last few months I was at my shop, I was getting bins of this stuff like this. That house has to be huge. Anyway, when my electrician buddy was here, he's asking me if I had any Romex. So I'm going to take some of this out. And, well, actually, I need to sort all 3 of these bins and figure out if there's any salvageable stuff in there. If not, you know, it's all going to scrapyard. Now, we got a bunch of what I call keepable scrap. A bunch of these like metal things, they're actually, I'm probably going to wind up keeping them. The price of steel, you know, I got a whole carport and a bunch more of this stuff here that I showed you, I think, when I was on site. But one thing I'm more excited about is these boxes I got. Let me break one down. Let me pull it out. There's actually 3 of them. 2 of them are still stuck in the thing. See if I can get up here, get this out. Yeah. Oh. I'm almost more excited about these boxes than the whole pile of scrap. Check this out. Oh. Nope, it's got lock on it. We got a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know what these are. Wire crimps or something? But what do we got here? Stainless machine screws, connectors. That's cool. Okay. This is just a sortable tray. Uh-oh. There we go. So this has stuff for, that's cool, grounding lug. And I got 3 of these. The other 2 are in this. This, I guess, came out of one of their vans. Now, one of these had a bunch of really nice. Yeah, look at this. Brand new connectors. Like, this is like a little mini gold mine. Fuses, brand new fuses. And I asked the dude, I'm like, you know, sitting over there by the pile, and I'm like, are you scrapping this? Like, what's the deal? And he goes, yeah, whatever. So I'm super stoked about that. We got 3 bins of wire. Oh, we got a little bit of Romex on a spool. We'll keep that. And I seen down in here bunch of number 1. That's definitely strippable. One of these had some nuggets. Is it this one? Oh yeah. Oh. Oh yeah. Nuggets. So what I'm thinking about doing is, because I got to do it eventually and I might as well start now, is let's go take a walk over here real quick. Oh, and I got to get this trailer. I think I showed it in another video. I got me four brand new tires for it. Okay, those are not cheap. Now when I got this trailer, all the tires were like this, and I'd say that's 60%. You know, this tire lasted great. This one, I noticed is wearing kind of funny, right? But not too bad for the amount of trips I made back and forth with this and driving from here to Miami. But these 2 tires, okay? This one I ran over a screw and I had to put a plug in it, but they're cooked. This one here actually has, this is all threads showing. This one just got smoked, and it's on the inside and the outside. It really doesn't make sense, so I need to get this thing jacked up. I wish I had I mean, I could pull this up on the slab and do it. I wish I had a concrete slab like out that I can work on stuff, and I think I have an idea for what we're going to do, but I need to jack this thing up and put my 4 big jack stands, get this thing up, relax the leaf springs, pull all the stuff off, and get in there and look and kind of see what's going on, because I love this trailer, man. The dump trailer life is some next level stuff, and we got to get back to it. We have an absolute mess out here. We're going to strip. I have all this big cable still, all this cable, and yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is, and unfortunately to do this, I'm going to have to move this pallet. I want to get the forklift up on the slab, because then I could actually back my trailer up over here and offload stuff, kind of work on stuff. The only thing is, I'm like far away from my machines, but what I can do is, like, the wire that I'm going to strip, I can throw in this cart and just drag it over there real quick. But those bins, I need to get them off the trailer, sort them out, and then load them back on. And if I pull the trailer down in here, I could do that easily with the forklift, and I can sort everything here on the slab and put the forklift on the slab and actually utilize the slab for what the intended purpose is. So we have this slab which I poured, and unfortunately it's going to be forever immortalized with some what do you call it, raccoon. I did come out here and there was a huge bug there. I got out, and then there was a bad spot there. I got out, but the little feet, I figured I'd leave it. It kind of makes it look cool. I was thinking I should have done like right there my fingerprints or the dog footprint and my wife handprint and mine, but we'll do that like over here somewhere. Because what I'm thinking is, once we finish pouring there, I think the next pour is going to be right here. Now, I'm not going to be able to do the whole thing at once, but what I'd like to do is pour, because this is just a mess over here. I got to get all this crap cleaned up. I'd like to come off of here, maybe, I don't know, if we go halfway, I guess we go halfway, and then pour just a slab big enough to where I can pull my trucks on it, pull the trailers on it. And another thing, I could actually come out of here with a pallet jack and come across this, come in and out of here, because it'll be all the same level. And yeah, so I don't know, we just got to take it, you know, step by step. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is work on getting the forklift up on the slab. Now, unfortunately for me, I think what I'm going to have to do is move that concrete. I mean, I could come around. Maybe that's what I'll do. Rather than move that concrete. And then I could just put the forklift extensions on probably and test the corner of that slab. Oh, I have my, where's it at? I have my forklift ramp we can utilize. Oh, it's the smelly hound. She likes to poo by my stuff and then run around like a maniac. Oh man. Well, anyway, slabs are looking great, man. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is, that's what we're going to work on. So I'm going to work on clearing that, getting a path back here so I can pull my trailer over here and just offload that stuff with the machine. Then I can sort it out, load the stuff back on, because otherwise I'm like stuck. Because what would I do? I'd have to offload it. I could just pull the trailer in here or back the trailer up there and offload it with the pallet jack, but I mean, we got a forklift, so we might as well use it. Might as well test the slab, see if it's going to do what we need. Okay, so I kind of cleaned this thing off. Now, before we go any further, I'm going to see if it starts. I did bump the key. The battery still had juice in it, but I put it on charger. Now, I'm starting to remember this thing. She was a leaker, okay? And I'm not sure where it was leaking. And now that I'm remembering, this cylinder is shot. It bypasses inside and this thing creeps down. Now, the crazy thing is, if I push this thing up high enough, and then it holds and it doesn't leak, but it, yeah. So I'm actually debating whether I actually want to put this thing up on that nice white slab. So I think what I'm going to do is back it up and see where it's leaking. If anything, I'll just, like, I don't know, put a diaper under it, maybe some cardboard or something underneath of it. And then when I park it, what I'll do is I'll clear that edge off real nice, or level it, and I'll just drive it off the slab onto this piece of plywood. But hey, let's see if she starts. It says we got a half a tank. Starts right up. I don't know what that noise is. Maybe a dry steel or something. This thing purrs like a kitten, man. Wow. I polished those bolts. Look how rusty they got. I have to pull them off and polish them and then clear coat it. This thing looked nice when I kind of fixed it up back there at the shop, but it's, you know, what happens when things sit outside, man, they get kind of ruined. So let's just see if she wants to move. Transmission's doing something. Yeah, so let me go find some wood. It's nice that this thing starts right up, man. I'm super stoked about that. Oh yeah, I have a charging issue, that's right. Okay, well, we're gonna at least move this, and then I gotta really evaluate the whatever's leaking, the hydraulics. Looks like between this thing and that Kubota, man, we're gonna become hydraulic experts over here. Yeah, she's creeping down. And I'm pretty sure it's this cylinder because I see fluid coming down through this clear tube. Yeah. Anyway, I'm super stoked. She fired right up. I checked the oil. It was in the range, but on the low, a quarter down. You know, it was only a quarter within the range. So I got to find the oil for this. And yeah, I'm gonna get up under there and see if I can't get some type of. I'll just shove some cardboard underneath this thing, and because man, that's gonna suck having hydraulic grips all over that nice slab. Now obviously, from the nature of what I'm doing, the slab is not going to be nice and clean forever. Yeah, I mean, we gotta break it in sometime. Might as well be now. So I'm more interested in saving my back than having a pretty looking slab, you know. I mean, I could always pressure clean it, hit it with some muriatic acid, and put a coat of paint on it one day when I move out of here to make it look nice for my wife to park her car. All right, guys, so I got my first control line cut. Now, when I used to actually cut concrete for a living. That was my last real job, and I did that for about 10 years, and I cut miles of control lines. But we usually did it with a walk behind, and I used to have a pointer that would fold down. You'd put the pointer way out in front of you and cut it. But if you look, you know, I got the wire in there. I got that line dead straight. I know it's probably hard to tell what the but it's pretty darn straight. And how I did it is I think the rule of thumb is like 2 times the inch. So if it's like 4 inch, you want to go like 8 to 12 feet. Since we had a 30-foot slab, I went right in the middle with every 10 foot. And we're going down about an inch, maybe a little more than an inch, which is probably better being that it's been, what, a week and a half since we poured this. So you're really supposed to get on this and do it like within 12 hours or something. That right there cut like butter. That was super soft, and as soon as I got into this, it was a little harder. But I will say, what I'm using is a just my 4-inch angle grinder with a, where's it at? One of these rigid 4-inch multi-cut diamond blades. Tile, metal, steel, masonry, laminate, fiber cement, PVC. So it literally will cut anything.
Now I was kind of worried, like, because when I cut concrete, you know, you always had to make sure you had plenty of side clearance from your diamonds over here. And this is pretty slim, but it's cutting really, really good. Now, basically what I did is I made my marks 10 foot off that edge and snapped a chalk line. Then I went ahead and hit it with clear spray. Now, cutting it dry, probably really didn't need to do that. That's just habit from me. When I used to cut, we used water, and the water would blast your line away. So to keep your line, you hit it with clear spray. It'll be there, you get a good line. And then what I'm doing is I found a really good straight piece of metal, and it's thick. It's a 1/2 inch thick by like 3.5 inch flat bar. So it's really heavy, and it just, I can set it there. I don't have to, you know, worry about anchoring it down. And I'm just riding up against it and cutting. So, and then what I'm doing to keep the dust down, I got a fan blowing across this way, and then I got my leaf blower blasting down the thing here. Now, I am cutting backward, like I'm cutting this way, and I should be blasting the air in the other direction. It don't matter, it's doing what I needed to do. We're getting good straight lines, and yeah, it should be okay. Being that this is not a huge slab, you know, there is a break right here. It should be perfectly fine. Now, I was thinking maybe I should, you know, a lot of times, like corners and stuff, those could be crack points, so I don't know if I should run a line from there out. I'll think about it, maybe I will. But being that this is a small area, it should be okay. But I'm really thinking, after I pour that, this is what needs to be poured right here. That way I have a solid way in and out. I can pallet jack stuff in and out over here. And if I pour it big enough, I'll have a concrete slab where I can work on the vehicles. So anyway, let me show you how this goes, because it's pretty straightforward. Man, it's been 15 years since I cut concrete. I don't think I've touched a diamond onto concrete in 15 years. And I will say that is the smallest blade I've ever cut concrete with. The company I worked for, Concrete Cutting and Breaking, at the time, I don't know if they still are, but they were the second largest specifically concrete cutting demolition company in the whole country. I went all over the country cutting down bridges, buildings, doing all kinds of crazy stuff, man. Core and big, I mean, we had core drills. You know, you see a core drill. We had ones like 60-inch bits, just big hydraulic stuff. The blades, y'all seen somewhere around here, I got two 36-inch blades I use for ramps. Those are small. We ran track saws that would spin up to like a 72, and then we had super deep cuts. We had a custom-made super deep cut that would spin a 98-inch blade. It was just crazy stuff, man. And then we had a radio-controlled wire saws that you could literally, I mean, it didn't matter how big the concrete was. It could be 10 foot thick. You just wrap this diamond cable around it, start the machine up, start spinning the cable, and pull it right through. It was some serious stuff. So a lot of times I'd be on a barge, I'd be cutting pylons flush with the seabed. I'd be running the wire saw down the barge through a transition down to the seabed. I'd have divers down there rigging my stuff, and then another transition cutting this way. So the wire went down, over. It was crazy. That wire saw is cool because you can transition that wire in any direction you want and cut all kinds of crazy stuff. But the wire is expensive. Back in the day when I did it, it was like $200 a foot. Some crazy stuff like that. And it's that simple. So I run this about 4 or 5 inches past, so I get a good kind of overcut into there and keep it straight. So I'm not going to bore you with the rest of this. We're going to get this cut, and then I'm going to walk that forklift up on this slab, and hopefully it holds. If we bust up this concrete, man, that would suck. I think it'll be perfectly fine. This concrete is definitely hard compared to that fresh slab that I poured, what's that, 2 days ago? So I'm gonna hurry up and get this cut and start doing some scrapping. I gotta go offload the steel, bring up 2 or 3. We need a bunch more bins. I picked up 16 of them. I dropped off 3 today. I swapped out with my customer 2, and I gave him one that he asked me for. So tomorrow on my way back from Miami, I'm gonna see if I can't stop and get some more because they're free. There's gonna be a lot of them. I'm gonna try to stockpile. I have a really cool idea. I want to take like 2 rows, maybe 3 high, 2 high, fill them with dirt and use them as a backstop for my so I can get a hill close to my property line without, like, you know, dirt actually going in, or I could still get around to the back side. You know, we'll build dirt up on front of it so we're not ricocheting off the metal. But yeah, I think I'm going to use a bunch of them for making a shooting range. So anyway, let me finish this up so we can actually get some scrapping done. All right, we got our second joint done, and that's about as straight. I mean, it looks a little squiggly because the well, what I'm seeing through the camera, that's not the line I cut. The line I cut is perfectly straight. The squigglies you're seeing is the clear spray. See, I went down about 1 inch, and that is a really straight line. It's about as straight as you're going to get with a hand grinder. And yeah, so I'm pretty, let's see if it looks better this way. Anyway, that's that. Now obviously should have done that about a week ago, but you know, I think we'll be perfectly fine. Now we're basically 10 by 10 squares because that's actually a joint there, so crack shouldn't go through there. Same thing here. I'm on the fence. What do you guys think about that corner? Should I run a line here parallel with that one? I mean, it's a small section. Now that this is here, I'm like, I could just see, because I'm always like, now there's going to be a huge step down here. I could just see the concrete over there. So what we'll do is we'll probably come off of this. We'll go out 20 feet. And so what is this? This is I think my car is 16 feet. My truck's got to be close to 20 feet, something like that. So a 20-foot slab out would just get us enough room where we can jack it up, work on it, do some stuff. So if we can do a 20 by whatever the center of that thing is, that'd be awesome, man. And we're just going to keep knocking off little bits at a time. So 4 pallets, $250 a pallet. So this was $1,000. That basically was $1,012. You know, $1,200 because we used an extra. We used 5 pallets on that, or almost 5 pallets. So basically, a 10. This is actually 10 and a half, my bad, because this was 21 and some 21.6, I think, across. So a 10 and a half by 30, 4-inch thick with 8-inch thick and edged, cost 4 pallets with delivery, you're talking 1,000, and then the mesh, shit, that was another probably 200 bucks in mesh, or 150, and then 60 bucks for that viscline. So all in all, each one of these slabs probably costs 1,300 bucks. So we're at like 26 for this, just in material. And then we're not done. So concrete is not cheap, man. So yeah. And then, you know, if I paid someone to come out and do this, it would be their labor. Oh, plus we had wood. So we probably had 100 bucks in wood. You know, so what, 27? But I've been reusing the wood, so you know, if we would have paid a guy, who knows what their labor would have been. Obviously they probably would have, you know, done this in one shot, but their labor and then the truck charge, you know, you're talking thousands of dollars, man. So we're trying to pinch pennies wherever we can, because we have so much to do around here. You know, I mean, it would cost, I don't even know, for all the things we want to do, lots and lots of money. So we got to do just little bits at a time and try to save money wherever we can and be efficient. So I can't thank my family enough. My brother, his kids, my mom and dad, the whole family was out here doing this, you know. And then I'll do the rest. If I have to do the rest, I'll do it by myself. Anyway, let me get that forklift up over here. What I think I'm gonna do is, I think wherever I'm gonna run that thing for now, I'm gonna hose down the slab with some water. If it does leak, or at least it, you know, it might not stain as bad. I can wash it off. I am going to try and get some cardboard. I've seen, I don't have a light out here. I don't know how well this is going to come through, but where this thing was sitting is leaking by the back tire, under the motor, and then up front. So this thing needs a diaper underneath the whole thing. So I'm going to hopscotch this wood over there, get it close to where it's about to go up on the slab. Actually, what I might do is just go get a bunch of cardboard, pull it up on the slab, and then put like a diaper up under it. I'm just going to take a piece of cardboard and wrap the bottom for now. I know that's not like the proper fix, but it might help something. Then we're just going to have to figure it out. Start working on this. The other day I seen the uprights to put the cage back on it. I have the two uprights and the top. It needs a little bit of work. And then I don't know what Steve, he threw the bolts out or something. So I got to find new bolts for it. Anyway, enough yapping. Let's get this thing up on the slab, and then so we got some scrapping to do, man. It's late. Well, not late. It just probably 7 o'clock now. We got a lot to do tonight. I got to go turn this over and try to pick up some more scrap. You know, keep it moving. Okay, I got me a little ramp set up. Well, somewhat. I'm gonna bring this thing in on this cardboard. Then I'm gonna go find some more cardboard, or I might just use this one and make a diaper out of it. I think I'll be able to get far enough on with this. So hopefully I don't blow through any of this stuff. I have it up underneath, so it should ride right up on here. A little low spot over here, but I think we'll be all right, hopefully. I just want to keep kind of moving. I don't want to get stuck on here. I think what I'm going to do is actually pull some dirt under here, because, yeah, let me do that now. I knew I shouldn't have trusted that. Now I gotta see if I can get, I gotta see if I can get out of there. I knew I should have put another board under there like I got over here. Yeah, we're good on this side. Okay, well, that's gonna be interesting. I gotta go get a jack. Okay, so I had to go get my floor jack. I was able to barely sneak it up underneath the counterbalance. Now, the counterbalance must be bolted down because I jacked up on it. It lifted the whole back of the forklift up. So there are those 36-inch blades I was talking about. Once again, come in handy. I've had those laying around my shop for probably 15 years. I've had them. That's how long it's been since I cut concrete. I've used those for all kinds of things. I used to leave them on my trailer and use them to help. When that ramp comes down, there's like a 2-inch or 1.5-inch C-channel, you know, that the expanded metal's on. It's hard to get things up and down that with these. Rolls up like butter. Now, problem is, I kicked out the steel plate in the front. This tire is barely on steel. This tire is like on dirt. I don't know if we can get it moving, but we're gonna try. If anything, I'll use the hydraulics to push up the front and get some steel under that as well, but we should be able to get up on the slab now. All right, success. Okay, well, mark up the concrete pretty good with this thing. I kind of like that piece of concrete right there because you know what? Even if I don't, well, I'd really like to drive this off the slab just so I got more room when I'm not using it. But if I have to leave it on the slab, I'm gonna park it on top of this piece of concrete or this piece of cardboard. So I'm gonna go look for another box because that's like the perfect size, and see if I can't get something up underneath this thing. If I can't, you know what, I'm not even going to worry about it. I'll just you know, until I can figure something out, I'll bring a hose over here, hose this down, just keep it wet. At least it'll keep the concrete clean. Just got to worry about what I'm gonna, we'll have to address the hydraulic situation. It's not something that we can you know, put off too long, but at least we have the ability to pick up stuff now. Now I'm gonna go do that and clean up out here a little bit so that I can, I'm actually gonna have to move some dirt. We got a huge, I mean, that's probably, don't look like it, but that's probably a foot down. So to get my trailer down in here, I'm gonna have to bring it in on an angle up on this slab so that I can, or, well, see, this is why I need more concrete out here. Even if this was just out like 10 feet, it'd be so much better. Okay, all right, we got a game plan, man. You know, it's a work in progress, but hey, man, we'll figure it out. We're one step closer to having a nice, efficient system. Now, I'm looking at the height of the mini forklift. It looks like with the top on it, I gotta see, I think past this beam, I could probably drive over there. I mean, obviously I'm gonna stay off of that because that's 2 days old or 3 days or whatever it is. And, you know, I don't want to put no weight on it just yet, but I'd be able to come up underneath. Matter of fact, I'm gonna measure that now just to kind of see my clearance. I think that thing is like 7 foot. Got a better tape measure. All right, let's measure this. See where we're at. We got 7 foot, so that's a no-go. That's perfectly fine. That's fine. So being with the forks, I would never get that close with the machine anyway, but even with the cage on it, well, we have this beam here. That's problematic. Where's 7 foot? I should make a mark. This beam wasn't here. I would be able to ride all the way through. Okay, 7 foot. So I could probably sneak in here, past, but once I'm over here, I mean that beam, 7 foot. Once I'm on the other side, I mean, I really don't want to risk that, but I would be able to drive all up under there. I wonder if I could, I have a nice, really nice mini I-beam. I could actually notch that, because the I-beam is only like that thick, and it might be long enough to do this. Well, I don't know, maybe. But if I got a small I-beam, now, I'm not going to do this, but theoretically, I could notch that beam, put a plate in there to reinforce it, right? Put a small I-beam flush up in there. Then I'd be wide open. We'd have all this space, forklift accessible. But that's no problem. I can come over here, set stuff down, and then all in here, I can drive all in there, no problem. And probably because it's to this beam, once I pour concrete here, I'd be able to drive like, I mean, I'd probably reach up about 8 feet. All that. Yeah, anyway. A guy can dream, can he? So, I'm going to go find my forklift extensions. We're going to pick that up. Now, now that's got me thinking. I want to put that concrete up under here, but this is not a thickened edge. I don't want to drive over here with all that weight and the forklift. I guess I'll just put it out there on the backside. And then I can bring my trailer in and I can maneuver around and we can start having our little scrap party. Okay, I got a makeshift diaper up under there. Basically just took some tie wire and slammed a piece of cardboard up there. Is it gonna work? I don't know. At this point, I really can't be worried too much about it. We're just gonna have to deal with it. I found my forklift extensions. Hopefully I can reach out and pull that in a little bit. I put some pallets up here so I can set it down on it because of the elevation difference there. I'm gonna try to stay back as far away from that edge as possible. I think we'll be okay. So yeah, let's do the first lift on the new concrete and see how that goes. Okay, well, that went well. I'm going to take a break and go get some dinner. I need to clean this up a little bit here, level this down, so I got dirt right up to the thing, and then I'm gonna back my trailer right in here. I gotta think. I think I am going to park the forklift off of here for now. I don't know. I gotta think about that. I would like it up out of the weather, but you know, now seeing the forklift in here and knowing I'm gonna put that machine back in here, that machine's gonna take up half the space, the stator wrecker and the wire stripper. So already this space has gotten smaller. But I'll tell you what, all this was like out to here, you know, so we gained 4 feet. Even with the shelves here, we gained a good 4 feet. And I was able to bring the Kubota in and out of here. I noticed we got a low spot right here, but being that it's like right in the middle, it is what it is. Okay. I hosed this down. I probably should have done that a couple times, like the day after. It's actually pretty good to good for your concrete to hose it down. So I think what I'm going to do is actually move the machine and hose this down, then go eat dinner. Then I'll come out, level that, move this stuff, get the thing in here, and get some scrap sorted, because ultimately that's what we're here for. But hey, took a little bit, forklift back on the job, and I'm super stoked about that, man. Now I just need to figure out loading and offloading out here. I mean, temporarily, if I build once I get the machine back over here, I'm gonna bring in a bunch of dirt to level this up. What I could do is probably just use a steel plate. If I can get one good, decent sized steel plate, I can drive right off of here and, you know, at least back my trailer, because it's really weird the way this is. Like, when I pour the concrete in here, the problem is the mast. I'll be able to back up basically in line with this. Problem is there's a huge, it gets bigger and bigger gap here. You know. Anyway, one problem presents another. Or solving a problem presents another problem. Because we're going to offload this tonight with that. But once I put that table in here, I'm not going to be able to bring the trailer up in here and offload unless I push the table back in here somehow, like the way it was. I don't know. We really got to think about this, because I haven't even brought the table in here and I'm already out of space. All right, guys. So it's getting kind of late, and it's getting around that time of night where I'm hearing coyotes, which is really weird because I'm hearing them over in that direction, which is basically that's where my neighbors are, and there's a street that way. So that's kind of concerning, and that goes right along with the dude I buy scrap from locally. He literally lives right down the road. He told me he's seen a big coyote right across the street from his house, which is basically a pretty big tract of land. So that's kind of concerning. The only good thing is I always hear them off in the distance, but the fact that I'm hearing them, that means they're pretty close. They got to be within a mile or so, or even 2 miles. But you know, for a dog or a coyote, it wouldn't take much time for them to travel. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up, and I'll come out here in the morning. We got all kinds of stuff in here. I'm seeing number 1. I'm seeing this Cat 5. Bright. There's just, I don't know. There's just so much stuff here. So I would really like to sit out here and separate this, because I got quoted $4.95 today for bright and shiny. But there's no way I'm separating all this tonight and stripping wire and driving to Miami in the morning. So might as well just spend the whole day tomorrow scrapping, sorting this stuff. Some of this thick Romex might even be worth stripping. I don't know. We'll have to test it out, do a little test. I mean, little rolls like that might be worth saving. My buddy asked me if I had some Romex. So, see this big old pile of number 1 right here. Oh, it gets deeper. Yeah, and look at this Romex, man. It's like Romex with 2 more additional wires to it. I don't know. I mean, I'm most likely I'm just gonna separate this stuff out and sell it off. Who knows? Maybe I'll come out here early and just sell this stuff off. Separate it and sell it off and keep the insulate. I don't know. I gotta see what's happening tomorrow. I am absolutely digging the concrete. Makes me want to have more. The little forklift, I had some cardboard, I had a diaper under it. It's still under there, but I ran over some of it. So, unfortunately, we're just going to probably let it ride. It is what it is. I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to trash this surface anyway with dirt, and I mean, marking it up with the rubber tires and all that stuff. Whatever. It's here to be pounded on. That's why I put it here. But it is absolutely, it just standing on this concrete feels so nice compared to what I was standing on before. Those gray rocks, like, there was no even surface. So, and it was like, you know, 1 foot higher than the other. And then when you step, it just shifts. The rocks were constantly shifting under my feet. I would have been happier standing on sand. The problem is with sand, you lose everything in sand. So now, you know, we don't have all the concrete, but we have enough. We got a nice little start. I'm already thinking about, you know, I really want to pour back there, probably a couple feet off of that. Just so I can ride the forklift out there. You know, even just enough to where I could back my trailer even if I just came off like 5 foot and had a little apron here. That'd be a world of difference. I mean, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be working under here. I don't want to put too much into this. Like I said, if I could find a good steel plate, I'd bring in some more gravel, level this, just drop the steel plate right there, and that would do exactly what I need to do. All I need to do is come off and come back on over, you know, a good section for that trailer. I mean, it really ain't gonna matter here after this week when I get that machine back over here, because I can just offload everything out there with the Kubota. But I mean, it's weird. The forklift is nice because it's easier to get on and off of that thing. The Kubota is like, that thing is I don't know, man. That thing's like every time getting in and out, you're getting in, you're twisting around. It's like, you know, if you're not careful, you can like break your leg probably falling out of that thing. It's nice. It's actually more comfortable than this thing, but I just want to be able to jump off and on my forklift. It's so much easier just getting on and off this thing than getting in and out of that skid steer. And yeah, so anyway, that's going to be it for today. Let me know what you guys think about the control joints, the concrete, the mini forklift. Should I try stripping that Romex? Now, I got quoted $265 a pound for Romex. And so even in the past at $220 a pound, it was never really worth it. But at $490 a pound, it might be worth stripping some of this stuff. So I think I'm going to get up early, come out here, sort this stuff, maybe run a little test, see if it's worth running or not. If not, man, we just gonna load this up, head off to Miami. I got some stuff I'm supposed to pick up down there, so I might just load this up and get rid of it. I mean, I think I have 1,500 pounds of this stuff, so it'd be worth taking it down there. I got customers down there, even though, and then maybe I'll strip all this wire and that other wire, and we'll make a nice scrap day. On Friday, we'll go back to the scrap yard. Look at all this crap. This is. I hope there's some more of that down in there. I doubt it though. Okay. I got this thing on a trickle charge just to bring that battery all the way up in case I forget because that one time when we were moving it, the battery got low, the transmission stopped working. So thing hasn't been a deep charge since I don't even know when the last time I put it on a deep charge, but oh, and then this thing here, I'm gonna pull the that thing off. Yeah, and then the creatures are coming out. I'm starting to hear some weird noises out here. I think that was raccoons fighting. I'm gonna get one of them parabolic mics, and then I'm gonna record and put it on. Some of the stuff you hear out here is crazy. Oh man, I heard some, I don't even know what it was, but it was loud. And I don't know, I can't even explain it. I'm gonna have to record it. But it who knows what's out here. That's why I'm gonna take my tired self in the house where it's safe. Oh, I kept some of this, a bunch of this stuff. This stuff is pretty cool. Check it out. for me, someone that likes to build stuff, like this is really cool because if you're building two things, you got numbers, you can bolt stuff together real quick and locate everything. This stuff here I always keep. I use that stuff all the time. We got, actually there's a couple transformers down there. Got a bunch of this aluminum. I don't know. I'll probably keep some of it, not all of it. I've actually used this in the past for a few things. So it's always good to have a couple little sticks of different stuff. We got to get my, I got to get my steel rack over here and start finding my stuff. I'm afraid the stuff I have under tarps is probably getting ruined. And then I just have stuff over there and right there just laying on the ground. The one dude that was helping me, I said, hey, I put a pallet down and I showed him 2 more pallets. I'm like, hey, take these pallets and put all this stuff on pallets. Well, he just put the one pallet there, or the one I had there, and then threw the rest of the stuff on the ground next to it. I don't know, man. So, you know, it is what it is. I will see you guys first thing in the morning. I'll tell you where we're going, right to the scrap yard. Dancing. You ever seen your copper dance before?